Here's a beautiful way to bring the outdoors in using plastic containers from your recycle bin. 2 weeks prior, I'm heading outdoors to cut some smaller fresh flowers, ensuring anything I select are of similar size and can be pressed flat. The flowers are being placed inside an old book, then positioned under the legs of a dresser for added weight. After about 2 weeks, I am left with perfectly dried flowers to work with. Since they are so fragile, I'm very gently removing the flowers from the book onto a sheet of paper. I'm now going through my clear plastic containers. Using scissors, I'm cutting away any corners or fancy trims so I'm left with just flat surfaces to work with. After a good soapy water soak and drying time, it's time to craft. I'm gathering up some objects that can give me shapes and sizes that will surround the various flowers. The shapes are being traced onto the plastic, then cut out using various scissors ranging from straight to fancy edges. I also hand drew some shapes such as diamonds and rectangles. Each plastic shape is being hole punched at the top and bottom, then positioned in 3 vertical rows, ending with 1 hole punched along the bottom shapes. I'm now selecting an interesting branch I landed on my bike trails, making sure the branch is slightly longer than the 3 rows. Reaching for some clear gloss Mod Podge, I'm brushing it on each plastic shape. Placing a flower in the center, I'm gently painting over the flower to seal it in place, ending with long, even strokes across each entire piece. All the rest of the plastic shapes are getting the same treatment, teaming up flower sizes to the right size pieces. I'm now going to prep the branch. I'm teaming up some 3/4 inch screw eyes with a tiny drill bit. Turning the wood upright, I'm drilling a hole on the left and right side of the branch, then hand screwing in the hooks. Now working along the bottom of the branch, I'm choosing where to drill and screw in 3 more hooks. I'm attaching a paper clip to each of the bottom hooks. After arranging where I want each flower piece to go, I'm attaching them to the branch using the paper clips. Each flower is being attached to the next until all the flowers can hang from the branch mobile style. I'm now creating a long chain with paper clips, then attaching it to both sides of the top of the branch so I can hang it up. And the end result is a gorgeous nature-inspired sun catcher with all the flower vibes. The clear plastic pieces resemble stained glass flowers, allowing the light to penetrate right through each one. And since the flowers look nice from both sides, this makes the most exquisite outdoor mobile with each piece floating freely in the breeze. This nature-inspired mobile is a timeless piece that you can enjoy year-round. Just hang it where desired to bring the beauty of flowers into your home wherever you wish.
For the supplies, you will need a metal plant hanger, you will need a set of jewels strung together, and you will need clip-on jewels for the base. For starters, you will wrap your metal plant hanger with the jewels all the way around, up and down. Really get creative here and have fun with it. Once you have completed the look that you like, then you will clip on your jewels. I put mine around the base to give it some length and make it appear a little bit larger than my plant hanger. After you've done that, pick a sunny place in your spot, hang it in your window, and just enjoy the glistening sunshine that it brings in.
This super cool Amazon find was the inspiration behind this fun summer project. Today I want to show you how to make something fun with some holographic window cling. So I've gone ahead and printed off a few different cloud shapes on my printer, and you can use any shape you'd like. And I'm just going to lay these out here to kind of get a general feel for how much I need, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut my cling just so I have a smaller piece to work with here. Okay. And I want to take my cloud shapes and I want to attach them to the back of the cling. So with the holographic cling, one side is very textured and one side is smooth. And I'm going to attach my patterns to the smooth side. So I'm just going to turn them upside down and lay them out here. And then you can use any sort of tape to keep these in place. You just need enough so that they're going to stay where you want them. Okay, and once I have those in place, I'm going to go ahead and turn this back over. Remember, we've got the textured side up. And I'm also going to go ahead and just put a couple of pieces of tape over my cling to just hold it in place on my table. I find this a little easier. And once we've got our pattern and our cling in place, we're going to go ahead and take our glue gun. So this is just a normal hot glue gun. And we want to trace around these patterns with the hot glue. We want to build up quite a stack of hot glue. So take your time and make sure that it's nice and full. It doesn't have to be completely smooth, but you do want a nice thick wall of glue. And you want to make sure anywhere that you join it, you make sure that that's nice and sealed and right down to your window cling. Once you've gone the whole way around, you want to go back, and if there are any little low points, just add some hot glue in there to build it up. I think that's pretty good. And then you can go ahead and go around each of your patterns if you have more than one. While my glue is drying, I'm going to go ahead and mix my resin. So I've just got a resin kit here with the part A and the part B, and you're going to follow the directions on your resin kit to mix that up. Now that the hot glue is dry on our molds, we want to take our fingers and just feel around to make sure there are no little hot glue strings. You want to make sure that the inside is nice and clean, so just remove any of those little hot glue strings. And once that's clear and you've got them all out, we're going to take some vegetable oil. So I've just put some regular vegetable oil in here, and using a small brush, we want to go around and paint the inside of the hot glue. And this is just going to help our resin release once it's all hardened. You don't have to worry about putting it around the edge, or sorry, on the window cling, but you do want to put it around that hot glue. Once we have those all oiled up, it's ready to start pouring. It's time to start pouring our resin here. So we're just going to take our resin and start filling these DIY molds. And you don't need a whole lot of resin in here. We want to make sure it doesn't go over the edge of your mold. And you can just push it to the side if you need to, until you've got all of your shapes filled. Once you have your shape filled, I find it easiest to take a straw and I just give it a light blow around to make sure all of those little air bubbles are popped. And once you've got all those little air bubbles popped, you can go ahead and leave your resin to cure. Each package is different, but it's typically about 12 hours to 24 hours to let your resin harden up and cure. Now that the resin is dry, we're going to go ahead and take this out of the molds. I'm just going to pop this off here. And to unmold this, you just have to start peeling it back, and you can pop your resin right out of here. And that oil really helped to be able to release this when we put the oil around the hot glue. And look how pretty that is. The bottom shows up. I'm going to drill a couple of holes in these, and I'll be back in a minute to show you how these look when they're all put together. These holographic sun catchers are so pretty hanging in the window. At any time of day, they give off a beautiful, beautiful glow.